Giving honor to the Spirit of Christ, which is the head of my life and the head of the church. I want to thank God for waking up my eyes, and I thank God for life, health, and strength, and I thank God for this warfare is not carnal but mighty through God. In saying that, I want to honor the ministry that I'm under, which is Mount Iraq Transformation Ministries, where the Honorable Coleman and Cynthia Martin reign, also with the simple honesty of apostle in training, pastor and assistant pastor, Arthur Bo Gooding and Kathy Good. When I tell you our ministry is so anointed, it is just a blessing to be there. It is a blessing to have my eyes open up and my lungs breathe, and I had a cup of coffee and things of that nature. I'm moving how God sees fit. But I want to talk about putting tape on it. Let us think about tape in a metaphorical sense. When you try to put tape on something, you expect it to stay. When you put tape on it, I'm going to say it again, you expect it to stay. But if you really understood that tape and band-aids are only a fix, it's not forever. It's just a fix. So sometimes you need to rip your band-aid off of your life. Wealth, if you got a band-aid holding up your wealth, tear it off and claim victory. If you got a tape over your health, guess what? Take that tape off and think positive about your situation. Even if you have a tape on your prosperity, band-aid, tape, same thing. Remove it. Some people have an idea to rip the tape off, to rip your bandage off. But sometimes bandages, you have to take your time. I know when I was in the hospital and they had taped up some stuff on me, I had like green patches because that tape is very sticky. So I had to take some alcohol to remove the tape that wouldn't move. And the ones on my feet, when I went and got a pedicure, the gentleman who did my pedicure, he removed it without no problem. It's nothing but alcohol just to get it off. But just my point in saying the Band-Aid is ripped off. I washed my head this morning for the first time since I got it done. But there's a special way you have to wash your hair when you have the hairstyle that I have. But I thank God for the ability to wash my own hair. And thirst after righteousness. Thanking God for greater and not expecting the manna to pass. Because, like I said, overflow. My house has overflow. My son is off today, and I bless God that he's in the house asleep. I don't know when he got home, because I was asleep. But that's what I'm saying. I am blessed to have a child who is an independent person. He doesn't have tape over his life. I don't have tape over my life. But we got tape over something in this house. But neither here nor there. It is about tape. Get your tape and tape your visions down, because you want them to stay. Take some mental tape and cover your eyes for a minute and meditate. It helps. Put tape over. Do you know they put tape over your eyes during surgery? Some people don't know that. They actually put tape over your eyes because they don't want you to open your eyes. So they do tape. And when you wake up, you don't know what happened. And I've been through 3 surgeries, and I can tell you for myself. Yesterday, I had a conversation with my surgeon and let him know that I do have some buyer's remorse, but I have to trust that God is in control of it all. and I am a survivor. I'm not a victim. I'm victorious. And I'm moving through the Spirit of God each time that I come on here live. I prepare myself for what God is doing in my life. My belief system is strong. But you know what's stronger? You. You strong. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm strong. And whatever I'm going through, I'm like the Energizer Bunny. It's built to last. I have a lot of skin all over my body, but I thank God for the body that I live in. I like what I see when I'm looking at me, when I'm walking past the mirror. I don't stress through the night at a time of my life. I ain't worrying if y'all don't feel it. Because you know why? I'm fine. I'm fine. Trust me. Would I like donations? Of course. Because I have a book to write. And some people don't understand when you're writing your own book, you want to go to a publishing company, you want to be able to go pull out your donations and donate. I'm waiting on my square. As people know, I've been doing Salvation for the Sinner since 2006. That's a long time, 2006. I've been claiming that name, and it's available under the LLC, so I grasped it. And like I said before, sometimes what I say to you, I'm preaching to myself. I cannot expect you to do something I don't do myself, which is speak positivity, which is claiming where you live at as safety. I'm praying for safety. Safety of a city, safety of a country, safety over the leaders of our lives, whether it be governmental, whether it be spiritual, whether it be in the realm of my 27 years of marriage. I honor my husband. I honor him. I wear a wedding ring, and we made a decision that's what we're going to do. But we also made a decision that Yolanda cannot live in New York under no circumstances. And we talked this morning, and that's the thing I like about us. When we wake up, we have a new attitude, a new refreshing, a new conversation. We laugh, we joke, because he is like my best friend. And I refuse to let my best friend suffer, go through anything, or have any situation. Because believe it or not, his health is not perfect. He is 61 years old, and I am 47. There is a 13-year difference between him and I. But our communication is daily. We talk about things that make us laugh, and that's the thing. You can't have a relationship without communication. And you can't have a ministry unless you humble yourself to ministers. And like I said, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. I thank God for the School of Ruling, because we had praise and worship on Sunday that was everything. The songs that was in my playlist was on there. We sung Alpha and Omega. We sung This Means War. The apostle wanted that song. And let me let you know something. I had a blue wrap on me because I went through the throne of grace. I went on the altar. I began to pray for the leaders and the ministers and what I'm going through and healing in my body, and begin to get in the altar, on a foundation of the altar. When the Bible say when you come to the altar, you bring a praise. And that's when I heard that he chose This Means War. Oh, I had just heard it this morning, because I have what they call a playlist, and This Means War is on my playlist. So I have to tell the enemy, you can't have my family, you can't have my children, you can't have, because this means war. And we are fighting a war every day, and we are claiming victory over. your city, your town, your neighborhood, your household, because you have to declare peace in your own house. Peace when you going out. Peace when you going in. Because if you got an opportunity to get up this morning, you say, whoever did the higher power, thank you for the wake up. Thank you for the phone calls. Thank you for the ministry if you under one. Thank you for my belief system because it carries me throughout what I go through. Through bumps and valleys, we all under one covenant, which is love. If I can't love, then I'm dumbfounded. The LGBTQ, that's in my house. It's in my family. No, it's not a generational curse. No, but it's there. And guess what? I love both my people, or all of my rainbow people. Sorry, I do. And I'm sorry that we have failed y'all miserably because we feel like you are an abomination. You're not an abomination. We have no heaven or hell to put it in, so we don't know. My son's prayer life is amazing. But he won't step foot in the church because he doesn't want that stigma. And I thank God for him because he is the temple and he honors his temple constantly. He was saying to himself he's going to get a haircut and he's going to do what he has to do to maintain himself. And that's the reason why I say he's off today. I love him. He's going to be home for a couple of minutes and then he has to head out to get what he do, a haircut, and the things that he do to maintain himself. And that's why I said, honor your children who are doing good and pray over the children who needs the prayers, because whatever you do in front of your children, unfortunately, they remember. And my son doesn't remember everything, but that's okay, because you know why? Today is a new day, and I saw him move this morning. So I thank God for him. Thank God for my daughter, that she's a mother to her daughter. Just because I don't see her doesn't mean I don't stop praying for her. Even though her and I are estranged, you pray for your children, because they know what they grew up under. And she has a warped perception of me and my son. But we, again, had to do what was necessary to protect ourselves. And like I said, even though I miss my granddaughter, I'm glad I did what I did so she could be a mother to her child and not have our help, because we have always helped her. My son bought everything for the baby to be born. My son took a year off to take care of her child. My son did a lot of things for his sister, but his sister didn't even let him get an opportunity to talk. He just listened. She got angry and hung up the phone on him because she said, "You the favorite anyway." So when she came to my house and she threatened us and told us to come outside, God stepped in. I didn't do it. God stepped in. The Bible says, "Touch not my anointing and bid my prophets no harm." Guess what happened? 30 minutes after she had left, they were killed. My cousin was killed in a car accident. So I get a phone call from my cousin, Ramona Fry. I'll tell you, that's my cousin. And she tells me, "Yolanda, I got some bad news." I'm in the kitchen preparing myself. And she said, "Your daughter was in a car accident." And she said, she's in really bad condition. My aunt didn't call me, the one who called everybody, because me and my aunt was the one who had a conversation about a situation. And however that phone call worked out, her daughter, her 18-year-old granddaughter, and her niece, which is my daughter, came to my house and threatened me. I'm telling y'all this, literally threatened me. Called me all kinds of names. What did I do? I stayed in my house like the police advised me. And when I rushed to the hospital in her aid, she did not have even the ID. She said, do not release any information. And they did that. They say, Mother, she's talking. You can go home. So I jumped on the bus and went directly to the police station for an order of protection, which is granted for 2 years. Yes, I gave my daughter, my flesh and blood, tough love. Tough love. But that's not my story. I've never watched somebody got killed in a car accident. That's not my story, especially not my family member. And she used to call my cousin, her PIC, her partner in crime. Well, her partner in crime has died. I don't know what service. I don't care. I'm not associated or affiliated with those people in my family. And I have blocked them on my Facebook page and everything like that, because at the end of the day, God stepped in and God did what he needed me to do. And I offered tough love, because tough love is sometimes necessary. And tough love, we're not suffering because we can remember her in spirit and in truth. But if she never sees me again, it is well. If I never see Simone again, it is well. Because we have to live the life that we testify. And I stand behind the restraining order. But if I never see Simone again, she's in my heart. And I love her. Because me and my son both have a picture of Simone in some stages in her life. And that let us know we love her. Like I said, I wish you wealth, health, and prosperity. I wish that whatever your belief system is, it helps you to be stronger. Be a positive influence in your life. Don't be negative, and don't do tit for tat. Because tit for tat means that what you did to me, I'm going to do to you. No. It doesn't prosper. So you can't have that, and this is what's going on in my area. Come to find out, the person who got killed in front of the court system, come to find out it was a young man who just got out of jail, Black, African American, and someone chose to take his life. So that part, I'm claiming that the gun violence, we need peace in this neighborhood. We need peace in our areas. We need to pray for our leaders. Because as we say, murder is everywhere. You can't deny. And then they're talking about the carjackings that's going on and how bold people think they are. We have to be under submission to be an advocate. I thank God, and I say for Father Flanagan, because he doesn't see race, creed, or color. And he did his annual march. And now we're looking at marches everywhere. There's a march in Cuba right now about the injustice that's going on there. We are having a warfare with Haiti because Haiti president got killed. And now his wife is living in a different location. But all of this happening because God is not a man that he should lie. And we are living in the last days. So let your vigilance and your power be the powering force that drives you to every dream, every hope, every love, everything that you got going on in your life that you are celebrating, because you have it to do. You have a ministry in you because you are the temple. I put in, and some people don't understand it, they call it the evil eye. I bought some bracelets for that. But what people don't understand, it's not an evil eye. It is your third eye. The eye is, we all have a triangle. Mind, body, and spirit. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Me, myself, and I. You can put any words that's a triangle. That's going to be part of my book as well. The triangle. I'm writing it. God told me to take my time. I told him I had to be finished by July. As you guys well know, my life had been turned upside down. But that doesn't mean I'm stopping. I have my book, and I can lay in the bed and continue to write it. And then when I feel a little bit better, I'll finish typing it up. Yes, I have to write and then type, which is funny to some people, but it is what it is. I have to write and then type. That's my mapping skill. But yeah, and then sometimes we don't understand it. I took a shower this morning and I forgot I had my watch on. Well, my watch is talking about something, the water need to be poured out, whatever. Guess what? I'm going to put my watch on its charger and let it do what it do. Because guess what? I'm good. I don't need a watch today. That's not it. I didn't go to church. I didn't even go to church. I had on my watch from back in the days. I have refaced that it's been in my, okay, let's go with this. My ex-boyfriend, the person who tried to kill me, bought me the watch. I also have the ring that he bought me. So I haven't seen him since 2009 when I left Miami. But things that are sentimental to me, I keep. My son bought me a Fossil watch. I still have that. I have a gown that my mother wore because of my belief system. And my mom is no longer here. I still wear her on my neck. I remember my mother. And me and my husband laughed about how good my mother was to him. And that part of our lives, we understand. My mama made a decision and we talk about it. One Thanksgiving, we wasn't even married. My mom she flew to Chicago to be with her mama. So I called my mama up and said, "Ma, can Alan spend the night? Can he spend the weekend? Can he spend it while you're gone?" And she said, "Sure, baby. Y'all gonna be together, just be together." So we went to a club the club that we met at. I was very dressed up, and we turned around and went to his aunt's house to have Thanksgiving dinner. And that's what I'm saying. Him and I went. Now that aunt has passed away and moved on. His mom is still living, and I want her to see us as a unit, 1 and 2. And I'm telling him we should surprise her and just go down for a weekend and celebrate your mama and show her all the pictures of the kids and how they grew up and life and everything. So that's something we're discussing too, because his mom is still living and he has a foster mother. His real parents are deceased, but Bahamian running my family. We talk about how I make what I cook, and he was like, "Stop talking about that, everything that you cook, because it's irritating me." I say, "Irritate you about what?" Because I know how to cook. I say, "Baby, you say what you want, and I will cook it." The minute him and I are going to meet each other, that's going to be my call. Yes, I'm going to cook for my husband, and whatever he want to eat, I'm going to cook it. So it is what it is. So I wish y'all health, wealth, and prosperity. I wish y'all the blessings over your lives. I wish y'all understand that my life is my life, and don't nobody tell me what to do but me and God, and that's how it works. And then, like I said, I told my ministry to pray for him to move to Chicago, because I can't live in New York. I'm sorry. He lives in Brooklyn. And like I told him, I said, you would have to literally pick me up because I would be crying everywhere I went. I say, at least in Chicago, you only got a couple. The green line, the blue line, the red line, the orange line, the brown line, and the red line. So it's only 6 trains in here. In New York, it's 7 million trains. And I will be calling him every 5 minutes because I get lost living here, because it's me and my mind. But the renewing of my mind doesn't change, nor does my lifestyle change. And he knows that. This morning we talked, and I told him, I said, I pray for you. I pray for you in my spirit. I pray for you and I to go through this storm separately, but we are a team. So he's going through a battle. I'm going through a battle, but I pray for him. And the Bible says when 2 are joined together, let no man put us under. And unfortunately, him and I are a team. marry a teen. And like I said, we have decided to wear rings. I have many rings, but we're going to buy our wedding rings. And that's it. It's a wrap. So again, wealth, health, and prosperity is what I wish you. I wish you love. I wish you peace. And I wish you serenity. We need serenity in our lives. Because the world can be upside down, but it's the peace that lies within you that makes you happy. And sometimes, like I said, death is coming to those that were meant to die. If it is God's will that they are dead, they had a reason. God chose that day to end their lives. We don't know the time of day or what transpires that will kill us. The only thing we can do is maintain our belief system and continue to do that and not have violence and vigilance and victimizing be your stronghold. Which means a stronghold means there's something that's bearing you down. Don't let nothing bear you down. If I did, child, please, I'm telling y'all, some of these days that I have been dealing with this pain, it has been detrimental. But I'm walking by faith and not by sight, and I'm going to do what the doctors tell me to do. So another CT scan is scheduled for tomorrow, and I just have to call and make the arrangements so that I can be picked up and dropped off. But again, I wish y'all wealth, health, and prosperity. I love y'all. I'm praying for you. And have a blessed and wonderful Tuesday.